Have you ever wondered how you could add value to your artwork very quickly? Hello and welcome to this Fotospeed video with me, Tim Jones. Today we're going to be looking at the certificates of authenticity from Hahnemühle, and I'm going to take you through how the process actually works of creating these certificates into something that looks a little bit like this. Now I've used some of my own artwork just to kind of demonstrate this as well, and actually it wasn't as painful as I thought. So in a minute I'm going to dive into the computer and show you actually how we create these. There is, as always, a little bit of housekeeping we need to do, so don't forget to subscribe to the Fotospeed YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to join the Fotospeed newsletters. That will give you exclusive discounts and keep you up to date with all the news here at Fotospeed. And also we do a free ebook as well that covers everything in printing and framing, mounting, and absolutely everything in between. So well worth a download. That's called The Art of Printing, and you can download it from photospeed.com as well. So the certificates of authenticity are a decal-edged mold-made paper. They have UV protection strips running down them, and they also have a watermark of the Hahnemühle rooster in them, and also the 1585 logo running across them as well. So they make them very secure and very safe. So when you issue one of these, your artwork becomes instantly more credible, I suppose, and you can actually use it as a very nice marketing and value-added kind of product to sell your artwork. They also come with some holographic stickers, which each have a unique certificate number on. The idea being is you get two of these unique numbers and you stick one on the artwork and one on the certificate, and then they will match for you. So you could put this on the back of the frame. I'd probably suggest to put it on actually the back of the artwork as well, or put it on the actual artwork itself so it can't be taken off and can't be messed around with and frames changed and things like that. They also come with a pre-designed template that you can pop in to Photoshop or Illustrator or whatever you're going to be using. You can actually edit in Acrobat as well as a PDF. And this is Certificate of Authenticity, and it basically just outlines what the work is, how it was made, how it was printed, when it was printed as well with a date on. And also it certificates that through this unique hologram here, each piece, if you're doing editions, say, you just pop that on there as well, like an edition of 10. You could put this is one of 10 on there as well with the certificate number. So you can actually authenticate your work, and the customer then feels like they're getting a little bit more for their money, I suppose. Okay, so what I'm going to do though is I've actually run through, and this is a bit of one of my etching prints of my street photography here. So what I've done is I've gone through the whole process of how I made this, and I've registered it on hahnemühle.com in my arts registry. I'm going to dive into the computer in a minute, and I'm going to take you through actually how I made this certificate, and then also how I registered this certificate actually on the Hahnemühle website to make it authentic. Okay, so here we are in the computer. Now, the first thing we need to do is we need to go on the Hahnemühle website to actually download a template. And it's the site that you can also learn a little bit more about the certificates of authenticity, and they've even got how-to guides and things, but hopefully after this video, you shouldn't need to go on there too much, but if you do need a bit of a refresher, there are parts on there. I should also say that you will need to go on hahnemühle.com, not the .co.uk site. Okay, so if we go into digital art, you'll see all the papers listed that Hahnemühle do, but also you can go almost down to the bottom and there's My Art Registry, just second item from the bottom there. Now you can see in here we get like a little sub menu. We've got the how-to here. We've got certificates of authenticity. We've also got an artist login, and if you need to contact Hahnemühle about them, you can go on there and contact them there. But I would probably say give me an email first and we can take you through it. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get the template. Now, Hahnemühle don't make this too obvious. So what you need to do is you need to click on where it says Certificate of Authenticity, and then you get all the lovely information about the certificates of authenticity. What we're interested in is template can be downloaded here. And if we just click on this, then it will download the template for us, which is here. Now, it's not the most exciting template, and there's already a photographer's information in there to give you an example. However, if we download this, we can actually bring it into Photoshop, or we can bring it into Acrobat to actually edit the wording on here, because we will need to replace the actual unique number here with our unique number off the sticker. And also we'll just need to change the information about how we printed it, what paper is it on, what inks we used and things like that. And then we can also sign it, obviously change the name and things and put our own picture in here. So we just need to download this. Now, depending on the browser you're using, you will probably have an option just at the top. In Chrome here, it's just at the top right, it says download, and then you can just download this onto your desktop and then open it up. So what we need to do though, once it's downloaded, is we need to open it up. The best thing I've found to open it up in is Adobe Acrobat, because if you've got your package with Photoshop, Lightroom and things like that, then you can edit this PDF. Once it's downloaded, what we need to do is we need to open it in Acrobat, and it comes up a little bit like this. Then what we need to do is identify what we need to change on here. Also, for some reason, as a template, they've kind of put in this background. Now that's going to be actually on the paper, so we don't really need that. So if I'm going to click on Edit PDF here, what I can do is actually, we can just select that background and then click the little trash can and it removes it for us. Same with the watermark as well, because that's actually on the certificate as well. So I can just delete that. Also the sticker down here, I don't need that because we're going to put a sticker on it ourselves, so we can delete that. If I just switch over to the one I edited, what I did was I made the certificate of authenticity title at the top a little bit bigger. I changed the picture in here as well to actually the one I'm going to be certificating. So to do that, back on the Hahnemühle one, what we need to do is we can very simply just change the font size. Just select it first, and then we can go down and we can just make it as big as or as small as we like. So we'll just put it perhaps on 60. Then we can just expand the box a little bit, probably a little bit too big still, for 48. Then there we go, and we can just pop it in. Now to change the picture, all we do is click on the picture and we go on to replace image, and then it goes into a little search here, and then we can find a picture that we wanted to put back in there. So like this one here, we can just open that and then it will change the picture for us. And now what we can do is then we can obviously put in the title. So mine's actually untitled, so I can just put that there. We can say the format, so it's actually A5 print, this one. And then we can pop in fine art inkjet print in here, pigment inks as well, because it's going to be fine art. Now what we need to also do is we need to change the certificate number. So we need to just change it to the number actually on the sticker that we're going to use, and then we just pop that number in there very simply. I've just gone through on this one is the example in true Blue Peter fashion, the one I've made earlier, and I've basically just changed all the information, and I've left a little gap for me to sign in here, and it gives a date, kind of what paper it's printed on, which was printmaking rag, 100% cotton, 300 gram paper, produced through an intaglio photo etching technique, and used those inks as well. And that's really all we need to do. And we can just print this off. We pop one of the sheets in the printer and click print. And it doesn't need to be fancy. It's handy to use a profile, I suppose, if you've got black and whites and things on there. However, you don't have to. Printer Manager's colours will do the job as well. To be honest, it's just a representation of actually what's on there. If you are doing a black and white like me, I would probably put the printer into black and white mode. The certificates also work in laser printers as well, and probably the cheaper printers, so you don't have to use your kind of high-end Canon Pro 1 1000s and P900s and things like that. You can just use a normal print, a kind of a normal office printer, and it will do the job absolutely perfectly. But that's really how we edit it, how we actually go in and make this certificate print as it should. So now let me jump back onto the Hahnemühle website and I can show you how we go about actually registering this in My Art Registry. So here we are back on the Hahnemühle website and we're on the Certificate of Authenticity page where we left it, and we were just downloading the template to get that on our system ready for us to edit. Now if we go back into Fine Art and then onto My Art Registry, you will also have Artist Login. Now this is where we can log in to the system and then we can actually register this certificate on My Art Registry, which is free. You don't have to pay anything. It's just that it catalogues and it will show the customer. If they go onto the Hahnemühle website, they can search for everything that's logged. They just tap in the certificate number and the artwork will come up and it will tell you all the details about it. So let me just log in very quickly. Okay, so I've just logged in. I've just put in my username and password. Didn't show that bit for kind of obvious reasons. But you can see I've already got one registered here. So what we need to do now is we just need to go back over to My Art Registry Artist, which is very confusing, is actually in the Hahnemühle kind of top menu or side menu in this case. And once we're logged in, what I need to do is just go to Add New Print. And then what we can do is we can just pop all the information in here. So untitled, media type, but basically we can actually, so we can just actually copy all this information from the template that we've popped on there. So it makes it a little bit quicker. That's why I also do the certificate first, and then you can just copy all the information over basically. A little bit quicker to just do. So I'll just quickly do that. Ink type as well. So I'll just quickly do that and then I will show you how to add the picture. Okay, so that was nice and quick. I've just added the information. So also what we need to do is just upload the file again. So I believe this is on my desktop and I've named it something. There we go. So I found it and I just click open and then that will put that picture into this space for us. Okay, so once we've agreed to the terms and conditions, we just need to click save, which is just down here, and it says your printing was updated, absolutely fine. Now in our history list, you will now see the actual picture and it's all created. Now if I go into manage certificate, I just need to add a new certificate here, and that's going to be the certificate number that we used on our actual certificate here, so the one ending 152. So I'll just pop that in. Certification date, I will put it as back, because I did this a few weeks ago, so I'm just going to put it as the 30th. We need to select Rooster because that's the stickers we've got. Print sold, no, not yet, but if it is, you can obviously pop in there and you can put sales dates and things on there as well. Then we just create the certificate and that is all done for us. Now if I go back to my artist registry, you will see that the certificate has now been assigned to that picture. So whenever somebody goes on and searches the My Art Registry database, taps in the serial number, this picture will come up with all the information and everything there to say it's actually registered. So that's basically how I made this certificate. Not so much the work, maybe that's another video. But we've got the hologram sticker on the back here. I've also signed it and said this is an artist work print as well, which actually duplicate what is actually in the certificate as well. We've also got the hologram and both signatures match as well. So then all you've got to do is when someone orders this, be it framed or unframed, we could just pop them together and then the customer opens it and you get a nice certificate of authenticity they can keep nice and safe, or they could keep it with the artwork itself. And also, hopefully, you might be able to charge a little bit more for it as well because you've got that authenticity and that safety of the certificate of authenticity. Now, we sell the certificates of authenticity on our website as well from Hahnemühle. So please go over and have a look at them on the website. It comes with 25 sheets of the paper, as well as 50 hologram stickers as well. So if you wanted to use your own paper, you could just use the hologram stickers if you wanted. They come in A4 size. They don't do any different ones. And they also work on laser printers as well as inkjet. So either will be absolutely fine. But really worth investing in if you want to sell your work as fine art prints. Obviously you have to use pigment inks and all that kind of thing, but they really do look quite nice and they feel lovely in your hand as well. So well worth kind of having a look at. So I hope that's been okay. And if you have any questions or anything at all, please just get in contact with us. Email sales@Fotospeed and we'll be able to answer any questions you have on the certificates of authenticity. Like I said, they're on our website. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the Fotospeed YouTube channel, where we'll have many more reviews of Hahnemühle products and also Fotospeed products as well. Also some tricks and tips with printing as well. We release a new video every Thursday. And on that note, we'll see you next Thursday.